to wake up trying to commit suicide and thinking I can't even do that right. I'm homeless, I can't get a job. I can't even kill myself. What can I do right?
Kathleen and Graham.
Well, Javier Juarez.
Yeah, my name is Mark Single.
Mi nombre es María Bernardino.
Michael Paul Biondo.
Felipe Gonzalez.
Hi, I'm Wera.
My name is Michael Castellanos. I've been on here for about 3 weeks now at this spot because we were staying on 7th Street, but the cops made us leave. They said that we couldn't be there no more.
The purpose for this documentary really is to educate the community, and the community can really understand what people are up against out there. Homelessness is the lowest form of poverty that I've seen. I've been in community human development my whole career, 20 plus years, serving the public in different areas. And this particular challenge I see as being really, the pinnacle of humanity in terms of how we treat each other and how we can provide for our fellow citizens and for our brothers and sisters out there. And so and not everybody looks at the same lens. Not everybody looks at things the same way. Everybody has a different lens. And so, but really what it is for me, it's a reflection. When I see homelessness and the issues of homelessness, it's a reflection of society. It's like looking in the mirror. And sometimes when you look in the mirror and you don't see something that you like, you either ignore it or you try to get rid of it or something to that effect, And so really it's an issue that really needs to be embraced by the full community, so that's how it's going to be resolved, is by everybody understanding what it takes to really address this issue. Are we going to eliminate homelessness 100%? Probably not, but I think what we want to do here at the City of Oxnard is slowly chip away at it in a process that's going to get people housed. Really, it's housing really that's going to make the difference.
Good morning. It is about 6 in the morning right now. 45 degrees out. We just started the count. There's probably about 20 volunteers, 20 people that are out. We're gonna start doing this count. We have some instructions of how to do the count, how to approach people. I think we're all together, we're all a little nervous.
Oh, I see one guy sleeping right there. We spoke to the first gentleman of the day. His name was Gino. He was actually from New York, and he was a recovering meth addict. He actually just got out of jail, so he's a former convict. And it's sad because he feels like since he couldn't really get back into society, he actually felt that he actually had to get back in jail so he can have a place to stay with food and warmth. So I was speaking to him, and he seemed like a really nice guy. I asked him if he was homeless, and he responded that he doesn't consider himself homeless, that he can just go anywhere, and wherever he goes, he considers his home. Good morning, Chief Salinas.
Good morning.
So I would like to begin. Can you tell us a few things about yourself?
Sure. I've been a resident of Ventura County for the past 25 years.
I began my law enforcement career with the Los Angeles Police Department in 1993 as a reserve police officer at the age of 19. I moved to the city of Oxnard and subsequently became a reserve police officer with them in 1995. I got hired as a regular sworn officer in 1996. There I spent 22 years with the Oxnard Police Department, where I rose through the ranks and became a police commander. And then I moved here to the city of Port Hueneme as their chief of police 2 years ago now. The primary thing we need to do is education and awareness is key in humanizing our homeless issue. You talked about that negative stigma that we have that's associated with the homeless, and that commonly creates more stereotypes and more prejudices. And so when our community don't truly understand what causes homelessness and the issues that are really behind all of these stories with our homeless people, it really creates this greater divide and gap between our two populations. Right, we're spending all this money in the front end, addressing it out on the streets, and manpower and time, but we're not spending a lot of resources in the what will be our ultimate goal is finding permanent housing. And so I would like to see our population increase in terms of our temporary housing shelter, in terms of the amount of homeless people that they can have stay there, and then work towards a solution in terms of transitioning them from short-term housing to permanent housing. Most recently, the city of Port Hueneme added an ordinance which allowed cannabis businesses to operate within their jurisdiction. As part of a requirement from all of our cannabis businesses, we require that they make community contributions to help nonprofit organizations or to help with programs that are much needed in the city of Port Hueneme, and that includes homelessness. Many of the applications that we receive from our dispensaries wanted to help us address this issue. So recently I saw an article in the local newspaper which had a bunch of air mattresses on the floors at our local homeless shelter, and I felt that we could assist the homeless shelter by purchasing new permanent beds for the facility and thus creating more space to accommodate more people.
We started Skunk Masters as a collective in 2015. We were based out of Ventura County. We saw the opportunity here in our backyard of Port Hueneme for storefront opportunity. This would enable us to go through the proper channels to get the licensing and the permits in place, and to get a lot more visibility and traction. The opportunity originally was voiced to us through the chief of police. Let us know the homeless shelter was looking for donations to accommodate beds for the people that were currently there. Yeah, we originally, after talking to our staff members and realizing the importance of this, we decided $15,000 was a very significant amount to donate towards the purchase of the beds. They were trying to raise the $35,000 in total to purchase 100 beds in total. And we donated the $15,000, and it was less than 48 hours later, we were notified from the police chief that another dispensary had retracted their donation. So, their donation was a total of $2,500. It was already wrapped up into the purchase of the beds, so it would have put the order on hold. So we decided, okay, it's not going to happen. At this point, everyone's worked real hard to get it, here. So we donated an additional $2,500. We are committed. We recently just purchased pillows for all the beds there. They didn't have pillows available. If you're going to make a small contribution, let it be known and try to inspire someone to do the same. And that in the long run could add up to a lot.
Speaking in particularly this one, because I've never been in a shelter except this one, and they do provide us with social workers that come in daily.
Oh, okay. Is that easy access as well?
Absolutely, it's every day. It's every day.
And then you just sign a paper.
You sign your name that you want to speak to a social worker, and they just, give you all the information you need to get housing or whatever you're looking for. They help you with.
I think it was 5 years ago. I had took a TB test, and my TB came positive. Okay, and 5 years I just went downhill because TB. I heard about TB. Yeah. I think I was caught it from sharing the pipe or something. I think it was, but about maybe about a month ago already, I went to go do it all over again to take the TB to come into the program here. And you know, sometimes when your skin pops up, you know, they tell you when you get TB, whatever. Well, I didn't know they give false readings. Oh. So I had, I walked around thinking I really did want to look for work because it's an airborne disease. Yeah. So I walked around for about 5 years, you know, okay, I'm gonna die anyways, you know, I don't care. No, I'm serious. I felt like that because you know it was not cool, you know. I'm finding out that I don't know how I got it and stuff like that. So I went to walk around for 5 years, you know, went down here, lost my marriage, you know, out of 13 years, I lost my marriage, and you know, we went hard, you know, and my addiction took over, you know, and I let it run my life pretty much, and it was not a humble experience, it was a bad experience, you know, knowing I got the TB and all that, and I went back, a friend Debbie of mine, you know, she's here too at the shelter, we went over there and I went to St. John's and I did the whole test there and they drew my blood, and that same day I found out I didn't have it. Oh. I didn't have it, so if I would have known that 5 years ago, you know what I mean, I would have done something about it, or just not sue the place, but just let them know that, you know, it's not cool to tell somebody you got TB and then you don't even have it, you know. And I went down pretty hard after that. And when I found out, I did have TB, I've been trying to get a job. Yeah. I've been, you know.
As far as the situation out here goes, we're fucked.
Well, I haven't been out there that long. I was in a homeless shelter.
Been out here for quite a while.
But I can't afford to live in an apartment because it's too expensive. I'm older. And, I get survivor benefit. My husband had passed away. A little bit of pension from the job I had. Excuse me.
Where you going, Manny?
I'm not getting it yet, but a little pension from a job I had called FedEx. All that still doesn't matter. I still don't have enough money. So
costs too much money to live out here, man.
Yeah, so with a little bit of money, I can live my life in a better, you know, as best I can. It's just so hard. I mean, you pay rent, no food. You know?
Pay rent, eat, and all that shit.
So
we ain't got the money for that shit.
It's too much for me. I can't. I'm stuck.
I've been out here. My mom passed away in 2015. My dad has cancer. I'm diagnosed with cancer, 3rd level on lung cancer. I'm out here in the streets trying to survive. We're eating top ramen. I've been out here for almost a year now. Yeah. I lost my sister. She got raped, robbed, and killed. I had a twin. He was killed. He's trying to be a gang member just like me. It's a crazy life right here. You know, we drink, we eat. The fucking lowest shit because we don't got money. But we try to make the best out of it. United we stand, united we fall.
Okay then.
But yeah, once you dig yourself in a hole, it's sure hard to get out. You messed up again.
Yeah.
So I don't want to bother anybody. I just go away. Stay home.
The goddamn high school down here, they had to open it up for the homeless people. There ain't nobody there but the goddamn 2 or 3 cops in their training. They need to open that up. There's showers, bathrooms, everything over there. They don't do it.
Maybe I'm stupid.
We're all trying to, you know, survive.
I got you. Hang on, I'll cut the shot.
I'm gonna be 20 in August.
20.
He's 26. Like when you go to the collection and there's parking everywhere. There's people walking everywhere. Yeah. Even though there aren't that many cars, what if a child was standing over here, you know, and got hit? So yeah, like it's pedestrians first, and it's ignorant people like that who are so immature that they're like, oh fuck you, you're a cunt. We're the cunts. You're the cunt because you almost ran over a 14-year-old girl, and you probably would have just left. You know.
How old do you think they were?
It was one guy. He was probably like
30s or 40s.
Yeah, he was probably like a little younger than her dad.
Like, how often does stuff like that happen?
Every day.
Every day. Pretty
There's
much.
always something new. There's this new thing
every
that's been
5 hours
started.
basically happens.
Like, have you guys heard some people are getting egged by this like burgundy truck?
Yeah.
Most people are getting egged from that.
That's what they were just telling me.
And it's like, I haven't seen it, but I'm like,
we're
like,
right here.
really? Like the thing is like my mom's right here too, you know. So she's sometimes sitting right there where the light is, charging her phone or something, and she's an old woman. Like, that's fucked up to just throw eggs at people when it's like, how would you like it if you're throwing eggs at us, we're gonna throw rocks every time we see your car and break your windows. How would you like that? Oh, now you want to bring in the police when you were harassing us first. And it's even worse when we were put out here for not our decisions, but for our parents' decisions. Their bad choices of making. And now we have to face the consequences, you know, which really sucks because it's like, we didn't plan for this to happen. We had to, you know, grow and understand how to survive out here. I just graduated.
From where?
Vista Real. I'm enrolled to start in August at Ventura College for nursing because my long-term goal is to be a surgeon.
So, what is a misconception the general public has on youth homelessness?
On homelessness, that we're all drug addicts, drunks, and we just want the money to go party. That's what I thought. You know, I'm the football mom. You know, I'm the one bringing all the drinks and the snacks and renting a hotel suite on my son's birthday and the whole team coming for the party, you know. That's me. You know, this is not me, but it's me today, and I have to accept that, and it was a hard pill to swallow. You know, I don't want to be out on the streets again. I can just remember one occasion that it was raining, and I cried the whole night. I was so cold. It didn't matter how many blankets you had, everything was getting drenched, because it was rainy and windy. So no matter where you went, unless you were indoors, you'd be drenched. My son is out there as well. So it was the both of us just hugging onto each other. And it was terrible. And I don't want that to happen to me again.
When I wasn't homeless, it was a different story because I can keep clean. I can present myself a little better. And then when I'm on the streets, it's like everybody knows your situation because everybody recognizes you, hears things. And once they know you're on the streets, it's like, oh no. And they look at things different. They don't come up to you and go, hey, I know you're indoors, now what's going on, you know. And a lot of people in Ventura, which I didn't realize that my dad knew me as I was a kid. And it's not their thing to do, but they could have come up to me, hey, Mark, you know, you're not doing too good, what's going on, you know, and try to be helpful.
To show some compassion.
Yeah, and possibly, you know, figure out a helping way, because when I went on my crash, that would have been nice. If you don't take those steps, if you don't find resources, like this is an opportunity here, if it was a year-round thing, to take those steps. I've talked to social workers and stuff like this, but you know, they try, like I said, they try to find places, but it's right at that borderline. You know, it's like, yeah, I can afford it, but I don't have that much to work with for food and stuff. You know.
Oh, sí, porque hay mucha gente en la calle, mucha. Nosotros nos quedamos en unos departamentos del gobierno que están vacíos y es bien peligroso, bien peligroso. Gracias a Dios que Él estaba conmigo, pero si no, pueden pasar muchas cosas.
Wake up about 5, and then go to the back, get our clothes for the day. Breakfast is served every day at 7. Usually it's eggs and potatoes, but today we're having cereal, cold cereal. We have eggs and potatoes. You got the option of getting oatmeal. But yeah, today's Today's a good breakfast. It's cold milk and some cereal. Sometimes for me, since I'm diabetic, the lunches and dinners, it's too much starch in them. There's it turns to fat. It turns to sugar, and like they have a lot of pasta and stuff like that. So it's not good for me because it'll shoot my sugar up. I'm able to keep my medicine here. If I was out on the street, I got to keep my insulin cold. And right here they have a refrigerator to keep my insulin in. A lot of times that I was in and out of the hospital was because my insulin went bad due to being out in room temperature, above room temperature. And when I would take it, it just didn't have the same effect as it would if there was some kind of chemical reaction where the insulin just didn't work anymore. So even though I injected it, it just wasn't working anymore. As far as for me, I had lost hope. In and out of different men's homes. Being ripped off, just all the way around. I mean, who would think that you would want to rip off a homeless person? What do they have to get ripped off? But there's resources to where some of us can get GR, some of us, have our food stamps. And these places, they feed on people like us, and they'll take your money. And then one of the places I was at, as soon as they took my money, they kicked me out the next day. Left me a month and a half because of the government shutdown. We had 2 months worth of food stamps, and as soon as I had those 2 months worth, the first week of the 2 months, I was kicked out. So I went with a month and a half with no food stamps. And like I said, a lot of people out here just give up hope. And what else is there? There's to mask their pain, they're gonna either go drink, they're gonna go do drugs, and that people look down on that, but they don't realize that they're just trying to mask their pain. I mean, it's degrading being out here, having to look through somebody's trash can to get something to eat. What's even more harder to admit is like, if you go to the nice apartments down over here by C Street, there's good food in the trash can. But if you go down this way to some of the lower end parts of town, the food ain't that good in the trash cans. And to know something like that it's kind of hard to swallow, but knowing to come out at Little Caesars at 4 in the morning because you can get pizza that they threw away the night before. I mean, it's just, different things. Having to be at the mission 10 minutes late and you don't get fed. It's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow, but a lot of people don't realize. They think, oh, well, they get handouts. No. I've tried getting handouts before and I didn't have any luck. These are the 2 medications that I take. This is for my mental issue. This right here is a big thing out there on the street that people want to steal. It's I got diabetic nerve damage on my legs, so I can't feel my legs. And this is to help kill the pain. Even though they're numb, it sounds crazy. My legs are numb, I can't feel them, but they hurt. They hurt all the time. It's like that feeling when your legs fall asleep and you feel the pins and needles under your feet. Well, that's what I feel 24/7, all day long, all night long. So this is a big thing out there. Yeah, this is where I sleep at right here. We're allowed 2 bags. This is my carry bag right here with my insulin stuff, checking meters, my lock. And we got clothes. Every time we got clothes, we got to take them out to the back. So we could only have so much. So this is going out to the back as soon as I get a chance. And I got an interview coming up this Friday, so I've got my box of shoes under there. And yeah, I'm not supposed to have these here, but I think when they see the video, they'll probably see that I've had it there. But yeah, that's my bed. Before, I don't know if you wanted to see, they had these right here, these floors on the mat. They had the whole place of them was full of it. We didn't have these bunk beds yet. That's Lady. Say, what's up, Lady? Hello, Lady. She's new here. She's still kind of a little frightened about people, but she's new. And this is where like the men keep their stuff in that storage bin, and then the ladies at the last blue door over there, they keep their stuff over there. A good friend of mine helped me pay for the bike. Actually, two friends of mine helped me buy the bike. So I was blessed to have a good bike, and it was a little birthday present to myself. Today I got to go down to the parole office, and I've got to make an appointment with Miss Westcott. She's the psychiatrist there at the parole office. And yeah, there's just a couple of the medication things we got to get straightened out. And I also got to go down to the pharmacy down on 5th Street to see if they gave me a refill on one of the medications that I needed. I'm not sure how to go about getting it, so she's gonna help me out.
Go check out that encampment. Oxnard police. That's our boy. What?
That was my enemy.
What?
My enemy.
Your enemy? You have enemies?
I don't know enemy, but that seems to be everybody else. They got me here, there, every which way they can.
Huh?
I'm gonna get to a shelter.
Why aren't you staying right here?
Yeah, the woman was helping her.
Who? Eileen?
Yeah.
Eileen can stay at the lighthouse. We already had her spot. We had her spot. She didn't want to go.
Well,
so did you say the same thing you're saying?
first, and then see what we say.
Like encampments, there was trailers, there was a bunch of stuff. There's a homicide here. Every day you could get a stolen vehicle out of here. So we had to clean it up because it's an EPA site too. So we cleared up this area, and then that back area where you can't see, that grew huge too. They put holes in the fence, so we had to go clear that out so they could fix the holes in the fence. That was like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. This was covering all of this, these huge pillars, cement pillars, and they got moved somehow. It took heavy machinery to move these places here, and somehow they moved them.
So you can see it through here. And the lady actually has a canoe, and
she'll come through here, throw the canoe in and paddle down, do her business.
This area was like piled probably to like all the way up here with just debris and trash. There's like 33 tons of trash that we took out of here.
And so people will bring things out, they'll drop it off, just like this. They use it as kind of like it's almost like a free dumping area. And some people will go through it, they'll filter through it, and it's just left. So you can see, and it's frustrating.
Homelessness is real, you know, it really is. Like I said, for a long time, I thought that home I always had, you know, then I had my wife's house too, and I started going there high and messed up, and that wasn't cool with a kid there. So I lost that sense of home too, and being homeless or displaced, it's bad. I fall into cities like Oxnard, and then normally somebody, you know, you hold the door open, somebody, they're like, thank you. Like today, not all the time does that happen. You hold the door open for, you know, checking for their wallet as they walk in, making sure where all their stuff is. But a lot, especially with the dog, I panhandled. I hated panhandling. It's so demeaning to me. That's my issue with it. But when I was with that dog, people would come out and give me stuff I needed, like food or treats, or big thing toys. I got to meet like the head veterinarian, and she hooked me up with free shots and free license. And, you know, people were really genuinely nice. If you're nice. No, I've been doing this since I was 18.
Since you're 18?
Yeah. And my mom dropped me off at the Long Beach Mission, handed me some money. I have to say good luck. We since then gotten reacquainted because of obviously the marriage. But I've been living this lifestyle for years. My first night on the streets was bad. I saw things I shouldn't have seen, you know. This Oxnard put me in real deep thought at times, and when I'd be out there alone at night, wandering around, how worse than Long Beach this place really is. I mean, I knew I was dodging bullets that weren't meant for me in Long Beach. Out here, I don't know.
Right now, I just went in to see the psychiatrist, Miss Westcott. She wasn't available. They're doing some kind of training right now. I left my number, and I had left my number yesterday also, but she never contacted me. What's gonna happen tomorrow about my medication, I'll find out when I go down to the pharmacy, and if they have my prescription filled, that'll be good. If not, then I'll start another day without one of the other medications I needed. Well, I didn't have an appointment, it was a walk-in, but usually they're either busy or they're just not in the office, but that's common right here. Yeah, as far as medication, they don't prescribe medications here. All they do is just monitor what your daily actions are. They don't prescribe any medication, but I guess they have the resources to get a hold of the people that prescribe my medication. This is a park that I kind of gave up all hope last Thanksgiving. You know, I didn't have nowhere to go. I was kicked out of the place where I was at because I was in the hospital. They gave up my bed at the sober living home that I was at, and I didn't have nowhere to go. So I felt like I hit rock bottom, and then a trap door opens up and I keep falling. So what I did is I had like $2 left on my EBT card. I went and got a regular Coke, not a diet, just regular Coke, because I knew it was gonna shoot my sugars up. And I went inside a drugstore and I stole a bunch of pills. I went and got a bunch of Tylenols, like 150 Tylenols, and I got 60 sleeping pills. And I came over here to the park, right here under this tree. I sat down and started drinking my soda, the 2-liter. And, I was crying and crying, just wondering why, so I drank all the sleeping pills, 60 of them. I drank 150 Tylenols, maximum strength, and I was just laid back and I was watching the planes go by. And I don't remember, they found me unresponsive right here. Maybe they came to play soccer or whatever it is. I don't know. I just know I woke up in the hospital a couple days later, and the police said that, or the nurses said that they found me unresponsive, that I had OD'd. Every time I pass by here, I look at this park. I look at this spot right here. It was right here where I remember laying down, and to have no family left, to have no significant other walk by your side, to not have a home, to have to come out and sleep under it was raining a lot, I guess I would want to say for us homeless people, 2 out of every 10 days is probably a good days. The other 8, just not good at all. Hope has been sucked out of a lot of people. The life has just been sucked out of a lot of this homeless people out here. There's just no hope. You see people walking around with their push carts. You see people just sleeping in tents. You see 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You see people just pitched up with their tent somewhere, or a sleeping bag on the side of a hallway coming out of some building, or the side of a church. You see people just right there with their blankets, and sleep is all they have. Sleep is all a lot of us are just wanting to do, because it just masks the pain of being out here, and the hunger pains that are coming in your stomachs, the physical pains that the cold makes your joints. A lot of people out here suffering from arthritis. I've got that neuropathy, which the cold hurts my legs, and it's hard. It's really hard. People don't really see what it is until, what do they say? You walk in the mile in my shoes, put a leg through my pants, and then you'll know what I'm going through. A lot of people just say, oh, well, just give this guy $1, give it. But no, it's not giving somebody $1. It's half of those people are gonna go use it to go drink a beer, go do something. Why are they gonna drink a beer? Why are they gonna get a bottle of vodka? Because it's cold out here, and that's the way to stay warm. Alcohol will keep you warm. It's not that they wanna get drunk, it's just they wanna stay warm. You drink and you keep on drinking and you forget about being hungry. Your stomach's full of the suds and the alcohol, and buying a bottle of vodka is a lot cheaper than going buying from the dollar menu, because they don't have dollar menus no more. They have their $2, $3, $4 menus, and this bottle of vodka will keep you more full than it would a $2 hamburger. And it's sad to say, if people would rather choose alcohol and drugs other than getting something to eat. If you live that life and would you rather be hungry an hour later, or be hungry 3 or 4 hours later, or might even pass out and wait till the next morning to find something to eat? It's not until your body breaks down and tells you, hey, I can't go no longer until you feed me. But they'll keep drinking that alcohol until the body does give up. I even try to take my own life, threw it at God, and He still has me here. Maybe this story needs to be told. Maybe some eyes need to be opened. I don't know. I just know I'm here to tell my testimony,
Oxnard police, come out. How's it going? How you doing, sir? Good. Can you come out real quick? Yeah. How many of you guys in here? Two. Two? Yeah. How you doing? Good. How long have you guys been here?
About a week now.
About a week?
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Yeah, we told us that we had to pick it by the end of this week.
Yep, definitely. Give me a
Well,
heads up again. Is that the one we contacted yesterday? No.
We started working this Monday. Hopefully we have a place to stay by the end of the week.
Good. All right,
okay?
cool.
All right, thank you.
Yep. How long you guys been here?
About 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're gonna have to clean up this whole area.
Okay.
Where have you been?
Are you?
Okay. Wow.
Why aren't you taking action today?
I'm supposed to be there soon.
There soon?
Well, Thursday.
Well, today's Wednesday. What's Wednesday?
Wednesday's the day before.
One stop, right? When's the last time that you stayed at a shelter?
The last time I stayed here?
Any type of shelter. Provided.
Last winter.
Last winter? At the emergency shelter?
Yeah.
Why haven't you stayed at the lighthouse?
Because, I don't know, I just don't want to go over there. I don't like shelters.
You don't like shelter, so you'd rather be out here?
Well, I came out here to be for the quiet.
For the quiet?
Quiet, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like last time we went over there for a while.
Where, the lighthouse?
Yeah,
Why not?
I talked to Tina and them. I got kicked out long
You
time
got
ago.
kicked out how long ago?
A couple years ago.
Okay, so how come you haven't tried to go back?
Cause I might not go back. They put you on the list and something like that.
You're on the list?
Yeah.
Why did you get kicked out?
I don't know, for Christmas they thought I was helping them with the staff, and they just gave me some Christmas stuff and I put it in the bed, and when they thought I stole it, I didn't. That's the time I was trying to get my son back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the shelter? When's the last time you tried to go there?
I haven't.
Why not?
I don't know. I came from the river bottom.
From the river bottom? Why'd you stay at the river bottom?
I stayed there for a while. I stayed for a year, but I just left.
Okay. What's wrong with the...
Nobody. My dad passed away. Like, no, I'm really on my own.
You work?
No, I get Social Security.
Social Security? How much is that a month?
Like 9.
9? You can't rent a room anymore?
I said the motel. No, like real dumb.
How about just a room permanently?
I need to get one if they can help me with service. Yeah.
Okay. So have you gone to One Stop?
Keep acting. Yeah. I go like
On Wednesdays?
Yeah.
When all the social workers are there?
I went there for a while, but I know every year.
So you need to go over there, give them how much money you're making, and they can find a spot.
Okay.
That's how it works, all right? You're getting money, so there's no reason why you should be out here, right?
Yeah.
There's plenty of places you can go. You just need to have the right resources. They provide all that.
My name is Michael Castellanos. I've been out here for about 3 weeks now at this spot because we were staying on 7th Street, but the cops made us leave. They said that we couldn't be there no more, and they said to get out of sight, so that we came over here because so far they haven't did anything, because on 7th Street they took all our clothes, all our stuff, all our bikes, everything, because it was there. So we moved over here so that way we could keep our stuff still. That's why we're out here.
Who took your stuff?
The cops did. The police did. Oxnard PD.
Your bike and your clothing?
Yeah, all our clothing, all our stuff, everything.
Was there a reason behind that, or?
Because they, I guess it was on private property, and they said that they didn't want it there. So they told us to leave by a certain date, and we didn't leave by that date. So they came with trucks and they took it all. They made us go on one side and they took everything. when you're homeless, you can't. No one wants to hire you. They don't want to give you a job when they know that you're homeless. So it's hard to find a job in the situation that we're at right now because the way it is, they don't hire people that are homeless. I don't know why. I used to do auto body and paint work, but I lost my license because of a $300 child support ticket that I was fighting because I had my daughter more time. So they took my license away, and as it added up throughout the time, now it's like $5,000, and I can't get it back. Where I was staying on 7th Street, that's when the cops, you know, they woke us up and telling us, you know what, next time that they're taking us to jail. So I already got two illegal lodging tickets, and I had to do 15 days for them each time, because I had nowhere to stay, because they woke me up on the side of the street or whatever, and they give me tickets. They take me to jail already.
Have you tried the shelter on K Street?
Yeah, the shelters are always filled. They've been filled a lot lately. They said, yeah, they're gonna open 24 hours, but when I went, they said that they were filled. And I mean, this is where I stay. I made my little spot. I mean, it's only been there for like a week or two, but you know, thank God they haven't came and said nothing here. But they said they are going to, when the Strawberry Festival comes, that they're gonna come and kick us all out.
They do come?
My plan is shit, man. I hope I don't know, either I go to jail or go somewhere, because it's you know, because it sucks being out here. Going to jail just has somewhere to stay and something to eat, you know, because you gotta eat too. And like, I'm not asking them for shit, so why they fucking, you know, tripping on us? Like how I get food, I get my food from the Smart and Final trash can thing. They throw away so much food every day that I bring home food enough to feed everybody every time. And like, it's like, what the hell? Why do they trip on us and call the cops on us when it's getting thrown away anyway? It's not like they're donating it, like the Goodwills and stuff like that. All the clothes I get them from the Goodwill, and I get them from the dumpster. They throw them away. They don't. It's not coming in the new donation pile. They throw away so much shit every day. It's not even funny, dude. Freaking that's where I come and get all my clothes and all my hygiene and everything from, because they just throw it away. They don't even check through it. Sometimes I'll look at it and there's money in there. It's like, dude, these motherfuckers throw away all this money, but they won't give it away or donate it or do anything. What made me like this? Just not having my girlfriend, and I wasn't going to work because I was always worried about her, seeing what she was doing, and then before you know it, I freaking.
So you were worried about her and you lost her, yeah?
Yeah.
And then what did you start doing that made it worse? You did something to make it worse.
What did I start doing?
On the real.
On the real?
Yeah, no.
Nothing. Just looking for her, and I wouldn't want to work because like people offer me like work, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta go see where my baby's mom's at. You know, I have 4 kids with her. I was looking for her, but I was working on the base. I had a good job. I was working on the base, and they fired me because they said I was smoking weed. I wasn't even smoking weed.
Okay.
They just called me and just said, okay, we no longer need you no more. Thank you. Bye.
I know, but look at it, Doug. I mean, straight out. How long you been caught up in your addiction?
On
the real.
On my addiction, not that long. But like, I mean, I do it because
I can see it.
Like I said, I do it because it's there, it's around, and there's nothing better to do.
And it helps you not think about that bullshit, right?
It's a brain blocker. It blocks me off all the bullshit.
So if you don't have that brain blocker, the problem is you gotta feel.
I start stressing out, like
you feel
when
the
I'm
pain.
in jail, all I do is cry for my kids all the time.
I know, dog.
Because I'm sober.
I know, homie.
But when I'm on the streets and I'm getting high, I don't even fucking cry, because you know what? I keep my mind going a million, so that way I don't have to think about what's really going on. Okay, I put myself in a detox at the Kepper house 3 times. Okay, after the detox was over, the 7 days, they fucking kicked me out, and they said that they didn't have enough room. And I was like, what the fuck? I came and did their detox and everything, and I was planning on staying in the program and everything, because
this is what you gotta
because one of the reps was the guy there.
I know, Terry or Jesse, right?
Jimmy, he's a fucking counselor there, and he's like, you know what? Come on, I'm gonna get you in the program, because he was my mom's best friend. He's like, I'm gonna get you in a program, and I went there, and then after 7 days they kicked me out.
I know.
And I just left. I was like, well, what the fuck am I gonna do? They want to tell me, oh, go to the fucking Salvation Army in Santa Monica. I'm like, what the fuck?
And they told you to call every day to see if there's a bed available.
Yeah,
for like 90
stupid
days.
shit. But because I was already in their fucking program, and I was like, what? I did it 3 times already. I completed it 3 times, and then they kicked me out after 7 days.
I know. So what do you want to do? Do you want to get in the program?
Yeah, if it helps me get my kids and helps me get a job and shit, and it benefits me, not just to come out a year later and just be sober with nothing to show for.
This is another place that I used to come to eat. Obviously, they closed it up now. There's these couple trash cans that are in here. These doors didn't used to be here before, but you know, these nice apartments right here, this is where they have the good food at, what I was telling you. And you know, there's a couple restaurants right here, and once in a while they would throw their food in this one. I mean, they have it locked up now. You would think, why would you lock it up? Well, I'm sure I don't know why we would lock it up, but I mean, there's homeless people. I mean, we're not gonna go and pick the lock. Just want something to eat. There's places that have on the top of the fence, there's spikes on there to keep the birds away. They spend money to keep people away, but yet the birds are free to come and eat. Doesn't make any sense. And like I said, this place right here, I mean, these people in these apartments, this is where I found my chicken and mole at one time. Somebody threw it away in the Tupperware, and I took it out and ate it. And there's a church over here on the corner. Every weekend they have like this big celebration, and that trash can that they have right there, it's always filled up with like still packaged lettuce, whatever they have, the kind of like, they have chicken teriyaki, they have, I mean, they throw away good food. And places like where I'm at, it could be donated. I mean, we'd be more than happy to have a chicken teriyaki plate, you know, a salad. There's a bakery right here. I mean, just donate us the bread. I'm sure they don't sell everything all in one night, but whatever bread they do have, would be more than happy to eat it. It's just, I'm sure they can probably even get a tax write-off or something. But you know, this is one of the alleys that I would come to. This is one of the better alleys that when I 4 in the morning would come out here. And once in a while too, in this trash can, you'd find sweaters. When it's cold at night, that sweater comes in handy. We find sweatpants. I've even found a good pair of shoes in there at one time. Right here in that trash can right there, I found tamales. I found a big bag of just carne asada. No tortillas, just carne asada. But you know, it was good. But like I said, if we had more homeless shelters or emergency rescue shelters, like you know, we accept donations right there, there'd be a lot of us would be really appreciative of a good meal. I don't want to say home cooked, but it's a good meal. There's a Spud Nuts right here down the street. You go over there. They locked up their doors now too, but they had it to where they have these trays that the donuts that they didn't eat, they would cover them with a bunch of coffee grinds, but under that there was still good donuts there that you can get too. It might be out of the trash, but they were cooked that day. They can't sell them the next day, you know, for advertising freshly made donuts. Obviously you can't have the donuts from the day before, so they would throw them. But these big stacks of trays that they don't sell, they cover them with coffee grinds, but there's still some under there. And you know, that was a, you know, I'm not supposed to be eating that, but there's times when I had no choice. I had to eat something. The 7-Eleven right across the street, they advertise that they're freshly made sandwiches. So about 3 in the morning, you would catch them out there throwing away their sandwiches and whatnot. And they're still in the wrapper. They're still in the package. So 7-Eleven was also a good one to go to, being, you know, homeless out here. McDonald's, they have their trash can locked up. But if you catch them on the right time, you'd be able to catch a worker, a manager out there throwing their food away. You got burgers and fries. So that was a good little meal right there. And if you can get enough of them, pass them around some of the other guys that are out here and say, "Oh man, where'd you get your burgers?" got a bag full of burgers and, you know, passing them around some of the guys out here.
No, I'm in the process of looking for a job. You know, Community Actions is helping me with that. Community Actions, you know, and I did my first app, of course, here, my arrest application at the Goodwill. Oh, nice. So I just gotta be ready for a response back if they hire me or not. Do what you gotta do to take care of yourself. Do what you gotta do for yourself. I did that for many years, denying everything and always thinking about yourself. Don't ever think about yourself all the time. There's others just like us here. But you know, I can say that it's a good place. If this thing airs, whoever's out there, you know me, you know, I encourage you guys all the time when I'm out there. I'd say, hey, come to the armory, come to the army. Stop having excuses, especially when you're a certain age. When you're young, like 28, 27 on up, you know, you guys don't. Some people don't care, but when you get to a certain age, you know where you want to be when you get older. You want to know that this place gonna benefit you. They help you with everything here. They help you with clothing. They help you with taking a shower. They help you with just like Community Actions. I want to talk about Community Actions. Community Actions is not a place to hang out and do drugs, because I did it before. It's not a place to hang out and do drugs. It's there to better you. Some people they just take advantage of it. You know, I used to volunteer at the Community Actions. I used to be a volunteer there. I need to go back to do that when I get my own little place. They're helping me with my low-income housing. I just got to get a job. That's already set up for me already. But I say to you guys out there, man, you guys need to try your best. Try your best, and you know what I mean. I know that's the stilo around there. You know, you're just not working and don't want to do anything, but get off your butt, you know, and try a little harder. There's people like me that will encourage you. I'm not the only one. People take advantage. I don't like taking advantage of people because I don't want it done to me.
I'm Wera, and I am out here homeless. I've been for a year and so, going on 2 actually. My main concern is the hygiene. You know, I'm a woman and I like to be clean, and there's not many places to go to wash up, shower, or even brush our teeth, because we're kicked out of a lot of places because they judge us because of the fact that we're homeless, which is wrong, you know. But me trying to walk with God, I humble myself and it's just hard. But anyways, you know, I just think it's unfair that how they treat us. We just need more help. I'm originally from up north, but I've been here in Ventura County since I was like 13. I was in a foster home, so, you know, after 18 I'm out here, and it didn't do nothing for me. Basically, I just went to prison, and, you know, from juvenile hall to jail to prison and back out here again, so, you know. But there's times that I was doing good. I had jobs, I had car, I had a husband, I have 2 children. But you know, that's the past. Now is now, and I'm trying to make things better for myself. And we need more restrooms, more. I see buildings that are just shut down for no reason at all. Like, you know, like if I had money, if I was to get dropped on my head $1 million, I definitely would put that money towards homeless shelters. I would, you know, like, we need things like that, more shelters, especially for the men and women that have health issues. You know, people are dying out here. You know, people are literally dying out here. It's terrible. You know, and then they get sent to the hospital. They shoo them out because they have no kind of medical insurance, and that's wrong also, you know. I don't know.
I used to come out and take a shower about 5 in the morning, wait for the bathrooms to open up. But you know, I don't think they have the bathrooms open anymore. They still have the water fountain though. That's a good thing. Yeah, they're closed. Let's see what the sign says. Overdose rescue kit. Oh, I guess somebody overdosed in here. It's not good. In the night, I used to kick back out here. The guys come and play softball, or it's co-ed sometimes. And sit on the bleachers, watch a good softball game once in a while. There would always be a spot right here that'd always be clothes right there. Like whoever had clothes that they didn't need or didn't want anymore, they would leave piles right there, and you know, you'd either come and pick some up or drop some off. I'm sure the neighbors up there didn't appreciate it much. I was feeling low on my sugars. I had no money. I was feeling low, but I had found that orange just like that one on the floor. It was cracked open. It looked like Pac-Man, but I was already feeling my diabetic coming on, the diabetic coma. You know, I ate that orange, and whoever left that orange saved my life. And that's one of the things, the benefits of having the shelter open. They have food there. If God didn't put me in the path of whoever left this orange on the floor, I would have probably fell into coma and would have died. But I didn't. I'm still here, and you know, thank God for that orange. There's people. There's a guy in the homeless shelter right now. He has MS, multiple sclerosis, I think what it's called, and he has this walker. And he's living in the shelter. When the doors close, what is he gonna do? He can't go out to work. He's not getting disability. He's still trying to file for it. God forbid something happens to him, you know. And sometimes I look at my case, thinking, I don't got it so bad. I got it bad, but this other brother of mine is struggling. They lose hope. If you come over here, you can see some of the clothes that somebody had left behind. You know, like I said, this is a nice spot. You come out here, sit in the grass, feel the warm sun on your skin, feel the cool air on your back, and it's nice. It's nice. But like I said, you know, you come out here and somebody has their stuff right here. It looks like a bunch of trash to some, but it means a lot. It's probably all this person has in the whole world. You know, to a normal person, I guess, or somebody that has their own residence, that just looks like a bunch of trash with a bunch of flies all over it. And to somebody out here that hasn't showered in days, probably weeks, that's their life right there. That's all they have. That's all they have to hold on to. And how do you leave your world behind and go out to look for some food? Go out to look for something to drink? There's a water fountain. Sometimes we want a soda. Sometimes we want some juice. I would like a Subway once in a while, you know. Matter of fact, when I was homeless, I had $1.50 that somebody gave me at the grocery store. I went to Subway and I was just watching and watching and watching, and there was this lady that didn't eat her sandwich. You know how degrading it is to go and ask the lady, can I buy that sandwich? This is all I have. She was gonna throw it away, I thought, but she took it home. She's like, no, this is for my lunch tomorrow. I wanted a sandwich so bad that day, but it wasn't meant to be. I had $1.50, and like I said, I offered it to her. Can I buy your sandwich? Which I thought she was gonna throw away. So this person right here is somewhere out there in the city looking for something. there's opportunity. I see people holding signs for money all day, as far as Liberty Mutual or Liberty Insurance, Julio's Insurance. But when I've tried to go and get a job like that, to go stand out there and hold a sign, no luck yet. I don't know if it's because I've got these tattoos, but I'd be wearing an Elmo suit or something. I could be wearing a Statue of Liberty, but this is what I did back then. And maybe it's one of the barriers that are keeping me from being employed. This is the life of a homeless person. Imagine when it gets dark, when it's raining. Imagine when it's cold and the wind is just blowing at you. You try to hide, but the wind and the water comes and gets you. Imagine how cold it is at night, when your blanket's soaking wet and you can't find a spot because all these bathrooms are closed. You can't find a spot because a business is going to run you off. You can't find a spot because other homeless people, like I said, my condition, I have to use the restroom a lot. I'm constantly drinking water. Other people, they have bladder infections. Other people that have bowel movement infections. Other people that just can't, they have to wear Depends underwear, the disposable underwear. Other people that just because of the food that they eat has got their digestive system all off track. It's not our fault that we have to, soil ourselves. It's not our fault that we don't have the clean clothes. It's not our fault, but yet that's what we have. We can't walk around the streets naked. We can't walk like that. We'd get arrested. We have to wear the clothes that we have. I wish I can say all the problems in one sentence to explain what it is that a homeless person goes through. But if it's not one thing, it's another. There's the police right there. That's another thing. The police are constantly just hounding you because they know that a homeless person is most likely a drug addict. Now that the prison system has been overflowed with drug addicts and stuff, they have the Prop 56 to ease the population. So a lot of people are getting sent out. If you get caught with a narcotic, it's no longer a felony. It's a misdemeanor to carry a possession of a controlled substance. Why? Because too many homeless people are wanting to go to jail. Why? Because they got food in there. They got warm blankets. They got a shower. They don't want that in jails no more. When I was homeless, well, I am homeless, but when I was living in my car, I was more than happy to go to jail because I know I was going to get fed. I was going to get the proper treatment that I needed. You can't do it out here. It's too hard.